Company, and as requested, we have the cone video. First of all, like with any good project, you're going to need to do some prep work. And the prep work on the cones, as with the wreath or the garlands, you need to get your little twigs straightened out and out of each other's way. This will save you a lot of time in the end and make things go a little easier. If you run across one of the little sets that's only a oneer, don't worry about it. It'll be alright. Just wrap it all the way around. We're doing option A first, which is with the 4-inch green mesh. This is in case your store does not have the 21-inch green mesh. We're going to be making bows. We're going to zigzag back and forth several times, making 8 to 10 loops for each little bow there. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to want it to kind of look a little bit messy. That's 3 bows across the top. We're going to be adding a 4th. Your frame may only have 3 ties across the top. It may have 5. Just try to hit each tie. And then put it to the frame and give it a twist. As you see, we're not cutting the mesh, but evenly spaced for you, right where they need to be. Again, there's going to be 4 ties. We're going to be hitting each one. Fluff as we go. Again, press it down tight and give it a twist. We just ran to the end of our row. Not to panic, we're just going to finish tying it. I believe now we're going to swap to a new cone, and we're going to show you option B, which is with the 21-inch green mesh. Now on the 21-inch green mesh, we're going to continue. We're going to begin the same way, making sure our ties are all nice and straight and separated out. This goes a little bit faster because the mesh is so much wider and we don't have to build volume. We provided these 2 options for you just in case your local store does not have either the 21-inch or the 4-inch mesh. Here's our 21-inch mesh. Mesh, like we're rolling it away from us like a red carpet. We're going to drop it in front of us, fold over about 4 to 6 inches, and gather. This is so you don't have a raw edge when you begin your project. We're folding it over, gathering it together, Make it a pretty good sized puff, and we're tying it in our first tie. We're again beginning on the top row, and we're just going to give it a good twist, pushing it down close to the base and giving it a good twist. Where the mesh starts widening out at its widest location, that's where you're going to gather it up a second time and go to your next set of ties. This holds true if you're making a garland, and give it a good twist. Mesh is widening out, we're going to gather it up and twist it in. As you can see, the 21-inch mesh goes a little bit faster than the 4-inch mesh. That is because it's so much wider and it covers so much quicker. Beginning our second row now, we're going back across. A little bit of flip-flopping there was required. Looks like we've got a couple of more, and then we'll be ready to start with the orange. There we go, and just neat as a bug, we've tucked it in there so you can't see it and it's not a raw edge. A little bit of fluffing, and we have option B. Now we're going to begin with our orange mesh. Starting on the third row, we're going to take our 21-inch mesh. We're going to use it again like we're rolling out a red carpet. And we're going to drop it below us. If you're doing this on your dining room table or something, you might want to use some protection underneath it, a big heavy towel or something. The frames are a little scratchy, so we just don't want anybody to damage any furniture out there. Our first set of ties, we're going to put it down to the frame and give it a good twist. We're tucking our tails in behind us. If you prefer, you can leave them out. They kind of look like roots of the carrot. We here at the Canton store think that the cone is going to be a great fun this summer when it's time to make ice cream cones. So don't just think the cones are for carrots. Turn them upside down and you've got a Christmas tree. The possibilities are endless. Again, we're going to flip it around. That 21-inch mesh starts widening out. You're going to gather it up and tuck it in. Not missing any rows. It's important to make sure that you hit every tie. Might have a little bare spot if you miss any. Be sure and fluff your little puffs as you go. Save you time in the end and give your product a more finished look. And remember, don't get frustrated and quit in the middle. A lot of people do this, and if they continue on to the end, they see that it does come out just right. So just continue on until you get to the end. There's no cutting, no gluing. You just use the ties provided on the cone and you're good to go. Continue in your zigzag motion across to the bottom. As you see now, we're down to one puff. I think we're to our last tie, and so we're going to tuck it up in there and give it a good twist. Continue to twist it around. Finally, we get to use our trusty old scissors. We're going to cut our mesh off. You have very little mesh left, so as you can see, it takes a full roll of the 21" by 10" mesh. We're going to tie it in. And that's all there is to it. There's our carrot. Whether you choose option A or option B, it's going to be a finished product, and it's going to be one you're going to be proud of for many years to come. Thanks for joining us.